we starting?
Hi, my name is Raquel.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Forrest.
My name is Hunter.
And today we are going to be discussing and explaining the 12 principles of animation.
The 12 principles of animation were introduced by the Disney animators Ollie Johnson and Frank Thomas in the illustration of Life, Disney animation, based on work from animators from the 1930s and forward.
The 12 principles of animation include squash and stretch, anticipation, staging, straight ahead and pose to pose, follow through and overlapping, action, slow in and slow out, arcs, secondary actions, timing, exaggeration, solid drawing, and appeal.
First, we will talk about squash and stretch. Squash and stretch is used to show or emphasize speed and weight.
Objects with more mass squash and stretch less, and objects with less mass squash and stretch more.
The second principle of animation is anticipation.
Bars.
It is used to let the viewer know exactly what will happen or create suspense.
The third principle of animation is staging. It is used to direct an audience's view to present a clear idea at the right time.
The fourth principle of animation pertains to straight ahead or pose to pose animation technique.
In a for pose-to-pose animation, each frame is drawn immediately one after the other in a sequence, yet this can lead to shrinkage or enlargement and take additional time to sort out.
When using pose-to-pose, you draw certain images from, say, one frame in the beginning, another the fourth of the way, and an additional one in the middle, and so forth.
It can help animators avoid shrinkage and enlargement while allowing for more ethical ways of planning out scenes and making adjustments.
The fifth principle is follow-through and overlapping action. They are very similar, and it basically consists of having actions and movements follow inertia laws.
One key thing to note is that the amount of action after the end of movement really depends on the mass.
The sixth animation principle is slow in and slow out. It is like using a gas pedal to move a car, as in you start to slow and gradually move faster instead of just starting off incredibly fast and stopping abruptly.
The seventh principle of animation is arcs. The best example of this is the bouncing ball project.
For example, when you lob a ball, it doesn't just go straight up to a rigid point and fall down. It forms an arc, hence the name.
You sound like Jay Schlatt. Okay. The eighth principle of animation is secondary action. Secondary actions are used to help emphasize a primary action.
For example, when someone is smiling and then squinting their eyes and using their hands, like clenching or waving the latter are secondary actions.
The ninth principle of animation is timing.
Basically, it is spacing and making things slower or more quicker.
I can't decipher your handwriting. You can see it be faster, like one frame of animation for every second.
The 10th principle of animation is exaggeration. This is when certain actions are well exaggerated to cause greater emphasis and give clear emotion or tell the viewer exactly what is happening.
The 11th principle of animation is solid drawing. This is used so objects or actions and characters look more 3D and lifelike.
An example of this is overlapping clothing, which shows dimensions or properly drawn perspective.
The last principle of animation is appeal. Appeal is making characters look interesting and make the viewer actually want to look at it.
This also doesn't mean that they have to look pretty and not freakishly ape. It just means they have to look unique. Anyway, thank you for... I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Why? You didn't have to.
What? Let me see it.
I feel bad for the viewers.
Let me see it.
Okay.
Done.
That's it? We're done?
Hey, I really hope I got all that.